when you come on and you make comments, if you disagree with what's being put up, just be respectful, okay? I have a guy who, with the UFO stuff and that I've been posting, who's very religious, and he has his view at a religious angle about how he feels the UFO thing is, and I respected him for it. I even, but thank you, Searcher. Simple enough, right? But he comes on and he makes his comments and he gives positive feedback. He tells people, this is what I think. And here, about maybe 3-4 days ago, I invited him on the show because, I've actually done the research on that aspect when it comes to UFOs. And where there's people who believe that UFOs aren't really UFOs. They're actually demons and jinn, depending on what religion you're in. Like a Muslim will say that it's the jinn who's creating illusions of UFOs in order to seduce people into following them. And like Christians and all the other ones, they think that they're demons in disguise. And I've actually found information about that and researched it, so I know that is a part of ufology that some people do believe. And what I did is I invited him on. If he wants to come on and be a part of it, he's more than welcome, just so he can tell his perspective and bring out what his thoughts are. I mean, and even though it goes against the way that we have been portraying all this stuff about UFOs and about spirits and all that, that doesn't mean that he's wrong. It doesn't mean that we're wrong either, but he has just as much a right to believe in his ideas as what I do in mine. And even when I put stuff on here, it doesn't necessarily mean I believe it. I mean, I think everybody should have a right to be heard. I think that every story should have a right to be told. There's amazing stories out there, and if you're closed-minded and you don't allow those stories to be told, then you're not only hurting yourself, but you're hurting other people in your life. So be open-minded. Back in the early 1900s, the guy that frickin' owned Amazing Stories came out with what was it, Conan, I believe it was. And he also came out with Journey to the Center of the Earth, I believe. Yep, there you go. Searcher said the eyes are lies when the mind is blind. That's a pretty good saying. I appreciate that. Thank you. But that's one of the things that I did have to want to bring up. It's just all I'm saying is just have respect for one another. You know what I mean? You and me, we're all on this platform together, and yeah, I know this is the internet. This is a place where you can escape and kind of get away from the real world, but you also know that there's a chance here on the internet to actually make real connections with people and have real conversations, and to be a part of something that's outside of your ordinary mundane life. You know what I mean? So kind of take that into consideration as well. I love the fact that I can talk about these things to different people, and I can't do that with the ordinary person in my ordinary life, because they think you're crazy when you do have those conversations. So just understand that too. There's an opportunity here to where you can actually enrich your life by reaching out and just letting people freaking know the way you think and what's going on in your mind. But just be respectful. It's just like I said with wanting to come on and do your own show. If you want to do that, just be respectful to the rules that are set down by YouTube, you know. Now, if you don't want to do that, then I could probably do something with you on Rumble, which allows you to pretty much be rebellious and do whatever you want. Me and Mr. Robot has to do that because he's a rebel. Yep. That's what it is, all part of the mid-disinformation. You know. Now misinformation and disinformation, I never really used it as two separate terms. So, like, if you want to, searcher, you want to kind of tell us your take on that. What's the difference between misinformation and disinformation? Because that's pretty good, actually. If you want to kind of put that in the chat so that we can kind of get an idea of your take on that. It caught my interest. I'm weird like that. When people do stuff that sticks out to me, I have a tendency of asking them why they came up with that. I don't know why. I'm curious. That's what it is. I think that's the reason why I even do all this stuff, is because I'm really curious about this, you know, and that's it. Okay, so one is outright lying, and the other is mixed with the truth. Yeah, I agree with you. Now, disinformation, I actually read up on a lot of that back when I was following Operation Gladio. I don't know if you remember that or not, but that's actually a pretty good topic, you know, when it comes to the CIA and the formation of the CIA after World War One or World War Two, sorry, and a lot of the things that happened when the Soviet Union was in power, and how they invaded Czechoslovakia, and like a lot of these secret intelligence agents were working for both the Soviet Union and the Allies. And yeah, that's I'm basically explaining it. But what it basically is they were given misinformation back and forth so that they could stay ahead of the game, because a lot of them were actually war criminals from World War II that the United States had indoctrinated into their Secret Service program in Germany. And this isn't technically like a freaking conspiracy either. Like, this actually happened. So that's something that I found interesting. I ended up, I don't know if you know of a guy by the name of Corbett. He used to do the Corbett Report. He's the one that I used to really get into and watch a lot of his stuff. So he's a good guy to watch on the internet, and he's not one of these like mainstream paranormal / ufologist gurus like I am. You know, Mr. Cool Dude. I know all about the aliens. I'm gonna tell you everything. I'm just joking, by the way. I need help, really. A lot of the stuff that I put on here was really because of the great help and assistance that I had from everybody else around me. Like, I I'm amazed by some of the stuff that I've actually learned just by doing this stuff. I was making videos and stuff, don't get me wrong, but I didn't live stream until about last August, and I started doing it, and then me and John started live streaming together, kind of off and on, and it was weird because I was ready to kind of back off of my live streams and kind of get more serious in my gaming and things of that, because I do gaming videos as well, and focus from January all the way up until July on just getting my gaming videos out, because that takes a lot of work. And that's when me and John started having this conversation about, you know, me coming in and being a part of Wonderful World of Weirdness, and I was just blown away. So right there, that was when I had to make my changes. Thank you very much, Searcher. I appreciate that. Now, when I started, whenever I started doing this, it kind of threw me off. So just so you guys know, I know it's probably annoying watching all of us do our behind the scenes stuff, but the reason it takes about 30 seconds before I see it. So that's what, Searcher says it takes about 30 seconds before you see my mess, or your message. Yeah, that's about 30 seconds. But yeah, whenever I do that, I'll be honest with you guys. The reason why I do it is because I really had to come up with content. You know what I mean? And I've been doing behind the scenes. I just started doing it on other channels that I have. So I wanted to kind of give everybody a behind the scenes about how things work when it comes to setting up these streams, and just our basic conversation and stuff, so that everybody feels like they're more of a part of the community and seeing what we do and how we talk and how we react with one another. Like with me and Austin and Summer, we get along great, you know what I mean? And me and bobdub, it's just amazing. I love like talking to her and stuff and picking on her. She's an amazing person. So and then Mr. Robot, oh my god, I couldn't even I couldn't even tell you how cool that is. Like I'm able to talk about freaking Shakespeare theory, the Shakespeare theory about the Baconians and the anti-Baconians and Christopher Marlowe. I've never had an opportunity to sit down with another human being and have that conversation, and every time I talk to people about it, they think I'm crazy. All right, and I guess I could be. I have no problem with it, but I think that it's a really cool story that really needs to be shared. And I've never been able to do that. I meet bobdub, and all of a sudden I'm talking to Otto, and we're like talking about Shakespeare and stuff. So that's pretty cool, And I have to admit, I kind of get carried away with the secret societies and ciphers. I love that. So I'm trying to kind of keep things going away from that for a little while because I don't want to get too obsessed with it. But I do want to get into esoterica, and I think that's one project that I want to put together too. And thank you very much, Searcher. He says, or she says, I'm sorry. It's either one. It's interesting, and she said thank you, and I wanted to say thank you back to you because I really appreciate the feedback that you're giving. And it's like I said, if you ever get your mic and you want to come on, you're more than welcome to come on. I have no problem with that. And if anybody else wishes to make a comment, feel free to make a comment, because I think we've got about 4 minutes before I go ahead and end this. I don't want it to go too far, but I do want to be able to get everybody's questions or anything like that. And I hope I like filled everybody in on what's going on. So you have a new one somewhere? I can't find it. What is it? I think I missed one of. I missed what that meant. Searcher. But yeah, it's like I said. I hope I do or did. Oh, a new mic. Okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah, if you can find it, man, I'd love to have a conversation with you, man. It'd be cool. I mean, seriously. And we can get together and maybe, do series or something and talk about it, because, like I said, I've already done the work on the Skinwalker Ranch thing. I went through. I worked on the narrations. I used to have background music on my other channel with it, where I was working on it, but I took the background music out. I made the audio separate from the background music, and I reorganized it for the Wonderful World of Weirdness, because I'm noticing that a lot of people aren't really cool with the background, so I did that. And they are coming out. You guys are going to hear the full story of what took place on Skinwalker Ranch. I'm very proud of this because I put a lot of effort into it. I edited a page at a time just to do this, okay? And yeah, that's one problem that I've noticed too. Is Searcher said most people play music too loud and you can't hear the peeps talking. I get annoyed when people say that, so I finally caved in, and I was like, you know what, those background songs need to go, because yeah. I'm glad you stopped by, Searcher, and thank you for watching. Take care too, okay, man? So just to let you guys know that we are in the process of getting things going, and I wanted to fill you guys in on the things that are happening, and I hope you did enjoy this. I am going to also archive it. That means that what that basically means is I not only live stream, but I archive it, I download it, or I download it, record it, whatever, edit it, and then I put it back up as an upload. I just do that because with live stream it doesn't get as much or as long as of a time being viewed. It eventually gets farther and farther out of reach. But when you upload videos, it seems to last longer and more people have a chance of seeing it for a longer period of time. So I do the live stream and then I archive it. I turn it into an upload. That's the reason why I do it. So we have come to an hour, and I want to thank Searcher1 for stopping in and talking with me. That was a very good conversation, and I appreciate that. I'd like to thank everybody else who watched. We did get 54 views and 4 concurrent viewers with a chat rate of 1. So that was pretty good for me. And this is my first Q&A. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm stepping in to help John out, and I want to be able to do it. We are going to start doing this on a regular basis again until he gets back. And the reason why he's not able to be here is because he has a son with special needs, and at the moment his son's not able to go to school, so he has to be there to take care of him, and it causes issues with him being able to take care of his son and be on here, so he has to take care of his son. So I'm stepping in. I'm going to do this until he's able to come back and do it the right way, because we miss John and we want him back, even though I think he's crazy, which I do think he's crazy, but that's like the best quality he's got. So stay crazy, John. We love you. And with that, I am going to end the stream and say thank you for watching. Bye.